I am Audra Almond-Harvey with abrasiveMedia. I am one of the founders and the executive director. I wanted to take some time and share with our community a little bit about the story behind the scenes as far as all of the change and transition that we have going on right now. I know that change is hard for us. We've done a lot of work leading up to this process to investigate how we each individually handle change, and I know it's hard for me, so I'm sure it's hard for you and our community, the people who have followed us and supported us and showed up whenever we do all the weird things that we do all over town. And so we wanted to get a little more in depth than we typically do in like a marketing material or a Facebook post. So when we learned the news about our move, we wanted to begin by taking time to talk to as many people in person as possible. So that's all of our community artists, that's all of our resident artists, all of our donors, our audience members, the people who come to our art crawl, the artists who show with us during art crawl. As many people as possible. We wanted to really share that news because it's a big change. We wanted to share it through the relationships that we have, and that has been a wonderful process. It's also taken a lot longer than we thought it would. I think, you get busy, you get to where you're making a lot of things, and it's hard to take time from there and to really look around and see what you see and notice the people that are still with you and the stories that are still with you. And so this process really surprised us because we have really been overwhelmed with the amount of love and gratitude and wisdom and insight that we have been shown, and the people who have joined us and come alongside of us to advise and to support. It's been a really profound experience, and with all of our dislike of change, I wouldn't give that up for the world because it's meant a lot to us. So let me first just set the record straight on a couple of things. abrasiveMedia is not closing. We existed long before our residency in Houston Station. We will exist long after, and we are very excited about what the future holds, even as some of us really dislike change and are a little bit cranky, right? Like, we're working this out. And it's wonderful because it's actually providing a lot of creative opportunities that I don't know that we would have noticed if we were just continuing forward with business as usual. We have some ends coming up, right? Our residency here in Houston Station is ending. And that's a hard thing to face for a lot of us because we've grown up here. We began in Houston Station. First of all, we began in 2004. We formally incorporated in 2006. And so we had been in existence for long before we came to Houston Station. We had worked some with the Brick Factory, now Fort Houston, as we began to grow some of our programs that required a physical location. And that was really wonderful, but we really outgrew that after a while, and we needed a home. And so we searched everywhere, and we didn't come to Houston Station because we knew we couldn't afford it. And finally enough people told us that we needed to reach out to Gordon and Elizabeth, that we did. And so here we are, because that very day, the very first conversation, they made room for us and they made a home for us. This was supposed to be a 3-year stop, and we've been here for a little over 6, I believe. We're gonna bring all of the crazy ideas that we have together and build a lot of wonderful things, and it has absolutely been that. It has also been the place where many of us have developed disabilities, where many of us have gone through significant financial challenges, where we have faced a lot of things in our community that we knew were coming and we knew we would have to face, but we didn't understand the impact of our activity and how we would affect that. Like the rapidness of the gentrification in the area that we're in, and our piece in that, and how we have contributed to that gentrification and erasure of a community. We didn't expect any of those things. And I think that's why it never occurred to us that in our ecosystem, rest needed to be one of the most important things. It is the end of the cycle. It is what begins the next cycle. Because you can't just continue producing without pause. In the meantime, what can you do? Because I've had a lot of people ask, how can I help? Well, there's a couple of really easy ways you can help us. One, we do need your support. We are looking for more monthly donors as well as more one-time donors. You can go to abrasivemedia.org/donate, and from there you can make a one-time or a recurring gift. And there is no amount that's too small for us, right? We have built everything we've built with an average donation of $25. So even if you don't have big money, don't worry, we don't either, but we appreciate everything that you can offer. So that's one way that you can support us. Another way is to share with us the resources that you might have access to. You might know of a building, you might know of a community of people or another organization who is also in the process of moving and needing another place to grow and to stretch our wings a little bit and to further our programming and our impact. And we would love those connections. We would love if you would reach out with us and share your ideas and your vision. The other way that you can support us is, again, change is hard. We work with a lot of artists who have difficult circumstances in their life, and we're really blessed to be able to build what we can build and do what we can do despite all of our limitations. But we need some emotional support. So we're actually looking for some people who will be our emotional support buddies in the arts community in Nashville. So if you are a person who loves encouraging people and supporting people, we would love to connect with you and connect you with one of our artists so that you can join us in this process and help support our people.